People say, I'm going to go into public life. People start playing a song with two stanzas, Rivayara, Ruarakaland, and so on, and you see it repeated over and over again. I've never had an opportunity myself to publicly look the cameras in the face and say, this is what it is, and so on. When in 2021, the issue of a report was published by a local media about bodies being pulled out of Yala, just like I saw last week and the week before. For us, we asked the Inspector General of Police, Matiang'I, what was happening at that time. We agreed that the gravity of the situation is such that the DCI himself should go to that place and find out what's happening. The DCI spent some time there with a team from the DCI. When they came back, we asked for an inquest. We demanded an inquest. At the National Security Council, we asked for an inquest. Can we go into this matter and find out what's happening? The DCI and the police told us, fortunately for us, their bodies. Let us get the families to claim the bodies, then we build the stories from there. We open the file, we take statements from the families so that we understand the circumstances under which these people disappeared and the circumstances under which their bodies were found in Yala. By the time we were leaving government, the file was open. It was not closed at that particular time because investigations were going on. And that's why I keep saying every time, what happened with the file? I didn't live with the file. In any case, I would have nothing to do with the file as a cabinet minister. That was a police matter. And our detractors or people who like to make negative claims about this are always, they choose when it is convenient for them to say these things. The police service is independent. When they are doing certain things, it's dependent on the minister at other times. As a minister, I would have nothing with that investigation. I wouldn't even influence it for any particular purposes, as it were. The file was open. We didn't live with the file when we left government. So why don't we close the file and let us take action in the direction in which the investigations are pointing us? Besides, by the way, the best way to deal with this matter, in my view, is to have a public inquest so that all of us role players who were in the security sector at that point in time, we go face the inquest, and I'm ready to go before a magistrate or a judge, whoever it is going to preside over that inquest, and say what I know about it. But you see, the problem is throwing stones of convenience or political opportunity when the time is ripe. Say every time they say, oh, Yala, and so on and so forth. If I was responsible for a crime that was committed by a police officer when I was Minister for Interior, then I'm responsible for all road accidents that took place, when I was Minister for Interior. I'm responsible for all the violence, robbery with violence cases. I'm responsible for all rape cases that happened and so on and so forth. It's just not possible as it were. And even as we are seated here, there could be crimes that are being committed somewhere. Mm-hmm. We are not saying the minister is in charge. When the bodies were traced out there last week, I didn't hear anybody saying Kipchumba Murkomen is dumping bodies at Yala and so on. So the question is, things need to be addressed and dealt with in their proper context. The challenge is that we have very low level of political accountability in our country, where people say just about anything they want to say and get away with it. Right. And when they have no evidence and so on, let's have a public inquest. And I've said, in the security sector, now we are sweeping so much under the carpet. The advice that we used to get from, and I cherish that advice from senior officials in the security sector. I hope he doesn't mind me saying this. My former director of intelligence, our director of intelligence, General Kameru, and the others, don't politicize security matters. When it comes to security, this is something that unites everybody, and it's something we need to look at objectively and fairly, as it were. So if there are unresolved matters in the country, let them be investigated in a public and open manner. Right. Bodies were found in Akwari here, and some lackluster guy was arrested. Then he walked out of a police station from the middle of our capital city, and that is it. I know the capacity of our security forces. I know the capacity of our intelligence forces. You cannot tell me that that guy walked like that into thin air and left. When our terrorists escaped from prisons here at Kamiti Maximum Prison when I was Minister for Interior, within 72 hours, we not only had the terrorists back, we had taken all the administrative actions, including firing the Commissioner General of the Prison Service.